The woman was clearly in perfect health, but her husband lied to her that she had a heart condition. She needed to get a heart transplant, because it was actually the husband himself who was ill. He wanted to swap his failing heart with hers. The unsuspecting woman quickly agreed to the procedure. But just as the husband lay down ready to embrace a new life, he suddenly realized the doctor in front of him was actually his wife. And all of this was because the woman had been reborn. In her past life, the woman was diagnosed with heart disease. Her husband couldn't bear to watch her suffer, so he volunteered to donate his heart for a transplant. But unexpectedly, during the surgery, the husband unfortunately developed an infection and passed away. The woman survived with her husband's heart, but was left with severe complications. Furthermore, the husband had racked up huge debts to treat her illness. To pay off the debts, the woman had to work herself to the bone. 10 years later, she finally paid off all the debts, but suddenly ran into her supposedly dead husband on the street. The woman excitedly rushed over to reunite with him, but was pushed away by her husband in disgust. Only then did the woman figure out the truth. It turned out that it was the husband who was really sick. To be with his first love and live happily ever after. The husband not only tricked her into giving up her heart, but also took out a 30 million loan in her name. The woman was furious and wanted to teach the two of them a lesson. But just as the two sides were in a fierce argument, the woman was tragically hit and thrown by a car. When she opened her eyes again, she had been reborn. She was back on the day she was diagnosed with heart disease. Looking at her hypocritical husband in front of her, anger flared up in the woman's heart. She swore to make her husband pay back double. The next day, the husband took the woman to the hospital to ensure the cleanliness of the surgical environment. The nurse stopped them right at the door. A few minutes later, the husband was wheeled into the operating room. Just as he was filled with joy, ready to embrace a new life, he found that the doctor in front of him was actually his wife. If you want to see what happens next, please subscribe to my channel.